And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another UCF Jaguar stream. Usually I start these streams off by giving shout outs to everybody, but this is a lot different, man. We have a very special guest on the show. I have Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Collin Johnson. Collin, what's going on, man?
How you doing? I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you having me on the show. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely glad to have you, man. So let's get right into it, man. This is your first official NFL offseason. So I'm sure 2020 was pretty much a sprint, but now things have slowed down a little bit. How's your first offseason going?
It's been great. And honestly, it's a lot more off time than I'm used to. In college, there's no off season at all. But in the NFL, you're just expected to be a grown man and handle your business. But the downtime has been good, but I've been staying on top of my workouts and stuff like that. So
Awesome, man. So the big reason why I found you, man, I figured out that you actually have a YouTube channel yourself. So tell us a little bit about that, man. When did you start it? What kind of inspired you to start it? And what kind of content do you really put out there?
yeah, so I started the YouTube channel probably, I think, my sophomore year in college. And I just remember I used to edit stuff for fun, just for me, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I posted my first vlog and I got like positive feedback. And I was like, okay, people actually like this stuff. So I kept posting. And then I just found myself enjoying having a YouTube channel throughout college, and then kind of put it on hold for a little bit, but I'm getting it started back up now. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, y'all, go ahead. It's Collin Johnson. And I'll definitely get some dope content out there for y'all.
Yeah, so I actually have all of Johnson's links down in the description box, Instagram, Twitter, as well as his YouTube channel. And his YouTube channel is actually pinned in the live chat. So go over there, give him a subscription. He's been very, very active. He just dropped an actual Q&A video with Laviska Shenault, so that's pretty awesome. So definitely go over there, show him some love, support one of our newest wide receivers over here. We got 136 people in here, so let's definitely get those numbers up. So last year it was a really, really weird season, and obviously it was the COVID year. So you kind of came in here during the COVID year. So really, like, from the time you got drafted, like, really, when was the first time you actually like reported to the facilities and actually like had face-to-face conversations with some of the people really associated with the Jaguars?
Camp, which is completely not how it's supposed to go, but that's all I know. So even now, we're getting ready to start OTA soon, hopefully. And a lot of people are asking me, like, what does OTAs look like? And I don't even know, because last year was all I know, and we were just waiting for the NFL and NFLPA to clear everything due to COVID. And then we literally reported in July for camp. But good thing, I stayed on top of my workouts, and you just got to show up in shape. But it was crazy.
Yeah, so luckily you had a lot of rookies there with you, so there were a lot of new faces around the building. So I guess after your rookie season, man, like when being a fifth-round pick, really the fan base doesn't really expect a whole lot, but I thought you really showed a lot of great stuff. I mean, you showed some speed and explosiveness with your touchdown against the Browns, and I remember a jump ball you did out there where you looked like a power forward going up there for a rebound against the Minnesota Vikings. So how would you evaluate your rookie season, and what are some things that you're working on really going into year two?
I would say my rookie season was good on a personal level. Obviously, we want to win games, and I hate losing. So last year was not fun for, I'm sure, the fans and definitely not the players as well. But we'll definitely get that turned around. But personally, I think the opportunities I had, I feel like I took advantage of those opportunities. And going into year two, I'm looking forward to just developing and growing in my role, gaining the trust of my teammates, coaches, and just looking to just get better overall as a player.
So one I think one of the most underrated really moments of the 2020 season was after we beat the Colts. There was a picture of you, like a still shot of you doing a backflip on the field. Like, I was looking, I was like, holy shit, dude, this dude is like 6'6". Like, have you always known how to do a backflip? Did that kind of develop at an early age, or how did that really come about?
Yeah, so I was just that weird kid, always just doing something athletic. And so I used to be able to I could still do it, front flips, back flips, run up a wall, do a backflip, like all that stuff. And then as I got older and started getting taller, I think it's just muscle memory. So yeah, I grew into, being 6'6", but I still have the muscle memory to do a backflip and stuff.
So has it always been like your main sport? Because like when I look at you, like some of your jump balls, man, it look like I said, you look like a power forward or a center kind of going up for a rebound. So has football always been your sport, or have you played basketball kind of in your past?
Yeah. So growing up, I kind of played everything. My parents put me in everything just to try it out and see what I like personally. So I played basketball before, ran track, played football. I've done everything: soccer, gymnastics, like everything. But so then I come from a football family. My dad, he played in the NFL for 10 years for the LA Rams. So I grew up just having a different love for football, knowing, my dad played it and stuff like that. And it started like trying to follow my dad's footsteps. And then I realized I'm pretty good at football and just kept trying to climb and see where I can take it. And, now I'm in the NFL, which is great, but I'm still trying to improve and see where it could take me.
So did you have a favorite NFL team growing up, or was it the Rams because of your dad, or what was your team growing up?
I didn't really have a team. I would just say a little bit the Rams, but also, I'm from the Bay Area. So I used to follow the 49ers probably closer than any other team. So.
So when a lot of Jaguar fans in the media, when they look at the Jaguars' current roster, a big weakness right now is tight end, especially like a move tight end when it comes to an actual receiving tight end. And a lot of Jaguar fans will like throw your name out there as a candidate to maybe play tight end really with your height. Like, have you had conversations with like Urban Meyer and Darrell Bevell about kind of your role going forward with the team, and is tight end potentially, has that ever been kind of brought up to you?
I've honestly never heard. Obviously we don't talk too much about that stuff because it's the off season, but I haven't heard really anything about tight end. But, I'm the type of dude, I'm down for whatever. You put me, even last year, I played every position on the field, but running back. Like, it's hard to see from a fan perspective, but in terms of like the playbook, I played X, Z, F, Y a little bit, which is tight end, like in the scheme of things. But so I know it all, but I just, whatever puts me on the field, I'm down. So
Absolutely. So like one of the worst kept secrets really about the Jaguars is that obviously they had the number one pick, and it's looking like, even Urban Meyer went out there and said that, Trevor Lawrence is kind of the way it's going. So have you like looked into Trevor Lawrence at all? Like, have you known about him kind of coming out, and could you share some of your thoughts really about Trevor Lawrence?
yeah, I feel like everyone and their mom has heard of Trevor Lawrence. He's a big time name, of course, and the Jags fan base is very excited. Everywhere I look, it's about Trevor. It feels like, but so there's a lot of buzz around Jacksonville with him. But there's never been like a yes, we're going to draft Trevor like moment, but everyone kind of knows where this is headed type thing. But I've looked at some of his film. I watched his pro day. He's a hell of a football player. So we would be very lucky to have him.
And Jaguar fans, man, we are like nerds when it comes to really like social media stuff. And, everybody's been really following what Trevor Lawrence is doing, like with his Instagram. And right now he's following the whole entire wide receiving core. Like he's basically following the whole entire offensive line. So we'll just leave this as like a yes or no question. Have you and Trevor Lawrence exchanged any DMs at all?
No, honestly, not yet, but we have a mutual kind of respect. One of my good friends, Shane Buechele, he played for SMU, and him and Trevor were training together. So we kind of just mutually know each other, but I'm sure we'll talk soon.
So there's a big really change coming into the NFL, and that's like a number change. Right now, like wide receivers can only wear the numbers 10 through 19 and 80 through 89. And now wide receivers are going to be able to rep the numbers 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. And I know in college football, you rep the number 9 at Texas. And I remember watching one of your videos. It looks like it's in your background. In high school, you rep the number 5. So do you see a potential? Yeah, there it is. Do you see a potential number change coming into your future, or are you going to kind of stick with the number 19?
For me, I'm going to stick with number 19.
Yeah. It seemed like it kind of threw you off. It seemed like it threw you off. Did you kind of hear about the new change coming in?
I heard about it. I didn't know. Is it like official or
yeah,
what?
it's looking like it's going to pass. I think they had to go to like a vote, and it's like 75% vote. But nowadays, like the commissioner, he's trying to kind of ease up with some stuff when it comes to like allowing players to celebrate and just kind of adding more personality and kind of flair to the game. And I know a lot of wide receivers like to rep the single-digit numbers, so it definitely looks like it's going to come.
Yeah, no, that'll definitely be good. But did you say 1 through 40 something?
1 through 49.
That's weird. I can't picture lining up and seeing, or like just seeing a receiver in number 49 or something.
That's what I'm saying, man. Can you imagine? Weird. Like, it would throw me off seeing like a wide receiver wearing like 42. I mean, I think maybe 20s, maybe, but man, once you get into like the 40s, that's weird. But they're not showing any love to linemen, man. They're keeping them at like 60 through 79. They're mostly giving some liberty to the skill players out there.
Yeah, they need to let linemen get single-digit numbers. Those are
I know, man.
Reason behind everything.
I feel bad for linemen because I remember watching kind of like an NFL films type of thing, and like nobody wants to do like jersey swaps with linemen because they're big, sweaty uniforms. Is like the number like just 66 and just ugly numbers like that. So never show any love to them, man.
Yeah, they need love. My first touchdown, I gave a lineman, I gave AJ Can, I gave him the ball and let him spike it.
Yeah.
So I got to show love to linemen.
So one of my questions, actually, I guess outside of like the wide receiver group, who really are you closest with on a team?
Outside the wide receiver group, I would say probably I was really close with. I'm still really close with Jake Luton. I was close. I'm still close with him. But really, the receivers, like those are my guys. Like I hang out with those guys a lot, specifically like LaVisca, because obviously we come in together. We just kind of get thrown in the fire together. So naturally, we just kind of grow close to each other. So
awesome. So we actually did have a question earlier. He's asking, David Bryan asked, will you have a touchdown celebration dance? He says he hopes so. So do you have I remember, I think against you had like kind of a Justin Jefferson type of move. Is that I don't know if where it originated, but I know he kind of that's what it reminded me of.
Nah, for sure. I mean, you're talking about against the Vikings?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, we just drove down the field and they were just scoring on us quite a bit, hitting the gritty. And then so when I tied it up with the 2-point conversion, I just hit the gritty back. Just some competition and stuff.
Has the gritty always been around? Because I feel like I just kind of started seeing that last year.
I mean, really, just when I think of the gritty, I think of like Justin Jefferson and the dude, basically all the LSU receivers. When we played them my senior year in 2019, that's when I first saw it. They were hitting the gritty against us when they beat us at home. So it's definitely kind of originated from them. I think it's a Louisiana thing, but now it's like the whole U.S. is hitting the gritty. Little kids are hitting it. They love it.
Yeah, it's almost like a TikTok type of trend. But you mentioned you went against LSU. So was that like a week 1 matchup when you guys played against them?
I think it was week 2. Yeah, it was week 2, and I just remember going into it, and we were close. I think a 1-possession game. I dove for an onside kick, and if I got the onside kick, I'm convinced we would have won because I think we scored on every single drive in the second half, and got points from it. So I always think like, what would Texas's senior season, my senior season at Texas look like if we won that game? So but
yeah, LSU, man, that team pumps out NFL prospects, man. I know we got a few with like DJ Chark, a few guys on the Clavon Chason, a bunch of LSU guys. So that must have been going against that defense, man. It must have just been NFL studded out there.
Oh, for sure. They got some studs, for sure.
So one thing that I know, because I like to watch a lot of like Hard Knocks, and it's always like the rookies, they go out there and kind of do like a talent show where they all have to like sing a song to the whole entire team. Did you have to like do anything like that, like the rookie class? And if so, like what was your talent/song that you sang?
No, that's definitely a real thing in terms of what goes on and for rookies. So we had a rookie show, we call it. It's basically a talent show, or you got to sing, just do whatever. And for us, I think we did Stomp the Yard, a skit. It was just some rookies. I think it was like 5 of us, and we just did a little Stomp the Yard skit. And then I remember I was like, I can't sing, I can't do this, I can't do that. So then I just hit a backflip, and it seemed like everyone loved it. And then I was good after that. So I'm glad I don't have to do a rookie show next year.
Yeah, so I guess it sounds like you guys kind of got off easy, right? You guys didn't have to do any individual stuff. It was more just something as a group.
I mean, if you think about it, we just didn't have that old of a team. I feel like I was talking to some of my other boys, that play in the league for different teams, and it just depends on the team. Like if you have a huge vet presence, sometimes they're a little bit more like, no, we want this, this, and this. And if you don't do it, then they'll probably give you a hard time about it. But we didn't have that. We didn't have too many veterans on the team. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or whatever, but it wasn't too bad. But I did have to get snacks and stuff for the room, stuff like that. But it wasn't too bad. They definitely looked out for the rookies.
Okay. So we have 272 people in here right now. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm with Jaguars wide receiver Collin Johnson. He has a YouTube channel himself, man. So I've actually pinned that up in the top of the live chat. So go over there, go hit the subscribe button, go watch some of his videos, man. Since I figured out he has a YouTube channel, I've just been straight binging his videos. A lot of good stuff out there, a lot of good kind of content out there. I want to ask some questions from the fans. Noel asked, basically, have you talked with Marvin Jones at all? And I guess what are your initial thoughts about really the Marvin Jones signing from the Detroit Lions?
Oh, big time player, talk about consistent, durable, a leader. I think he's been in the NFL for like 10 years or something like that. And he's just been producing every year. In his last few years, he's been on fire. So, he's definitely doing something right. I met him when he signed. He met kind of all the receivers. But obviously we don't have to report right now. So, I don't see him much right now, but I'm sure we'll talk a lot soon when we get started.
So are you, I know some players are in Jacksonville, some are out of Jacksonville. Where are you right now? Are you in Jacksonville?
I'm in Jacksonville, yes.
So are you generally do a lot of how many players generally go report to the actual facilities? Is it more so like young guys that come in and do their workouts at the stadium?
It's whoever, nothing's mandatory. So like if someone's in Jacksonville, they could stop by, get a workout in, but it's nothing like, you have to come by or anything like that. So young, old, whoever, it's just whatever, like personal preference to help you be the best you can be. So yeah.
Kareem asks, who was the funniest receiver on the team?
Ooh, so the one that came to mind last year, it was definitely D.D. Westbrook. He is hilarious. That dude is crazy.
Yeah, he's funny. I've actually had him on the channel a few years back. So he's he was a cool dude, man. I definitely like him. I don't know. We'll kind of see where he kind of ends up in free agency. But I guess that's pretty much all the questions kind of that I have for you. I really appreciate you coming out here, man. And then, like I said, man, everybody in here, go check out Collin Johnson's YouTube channel, man. Also follow him on Twitter and Instagram. I got all that down in the description box down below. And Collin, if you ever want to come back on the show, man, you ever have any kind of charity event or anything you want to promote, you definitely have always invited back on the channel, man.
Yeah, this might be my new spot. You got a crazy fan base because I heard about you when I posted the video with LaVisca, and all of a sudden all these people started commenting UCF Jaguar. I was like, I didn't go to UCF. Like, what are they talking about? And then I checked out your channel, and I was like, oh, this is who they're talking about. So you definitely got a great fan base here, my man. But I appreciate you for having me on the show.
Yeah, we have an underrated fan base, and I know he was actually in the chat. The comment has kind of gone by, but he told us about your video. So I said, all right, guys, go over there, show my guys some love, man. It's always it's cool. Us as fans, man, we love to see that exclusive content. We love to see that stuff from the players, because honestly, like me, I look up to you guys, man. Like I grew up just loving football, going to like Jaguar practices when I was like 9-10 years old. You guys, we are passionate fans, just to say the least. And Jaguars, they have a very underrated presence here, really on all the social medias. Man, once we go over here and Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence, and the whole gang turn some things around, man, it's going to be some wild times over in Duval. So I hope you're ready for it. Oh yeah, no doubt. We definitely have some loyal fans, but I can't wait to just start winning and definitely make the wait worthwhile. And I'm gonna do everything I can to win some games for y'all. So Absolutely, man. But hey, I think you gained a lot of new fans over here, so we're definitely going to be monitoring you very closely this year. But Collin, thanks so much for coming on, man.
No doubt. I appreciate it.